Yo, Joel.
How the hell are you?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fucking, I was just trying to call you a second ago, and as soon as I got on, I'm using Skype on the computer to make the call so that it goes through the broadcaster, and somehow my fucking account was no longer good, so it was like, you can't make this call without making a payment. I'm like, fuck. So whatever. We paid for it. It's good. It's all
technical difficulties.
Well, I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
Somebody's always wanting $1 somewhere, right?
Hell yeah, man.
Always.
So I got Raven here with me, man.
Nice to meet you, Joel.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
We're big fans. We have... How many different versions of this album do we have?
Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. You know what? They sent me like fucking like 4 or 5 different versions. I don't know, man. We got test presses. We got Japanese presses.
They are all beautiful.
Pretty amazing, man.
Yeah, Robert did a hell of a job. Looks fantastic.
He did. Tell us, like, how did this whole thing how did you guys meet Robert Pilson, and like how did that whole thing go down?
Yeah, we've been Facebook friends. He liked our previous albums, had been listening to us, and reached out a couple years ago and said, hey, would you be interested in putting out your next release on vinyl? And we were like, hell yeah. So we were in the process of writing this album, and before we went into the studio, we just talked to him and said, let's get this done. Went in, recorded it, and then gave him the tracks. He went and mastered them, and it sounds kick-ass.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. That's cool. It's funny to me. He keeps trying to shut down his fucking label, and then like something will happen. He's like, I got to release this band, and next thing you know,
right.
He's hitting me up. He's like, I got this band, and it was you guys, and then now it's Mother Slug he's doing right now. So, but he's saying he's saying that he's going to shut it down afterwards. I wish he wouldn't. But,
no,
I mean,
hey, everybody out there, just go buy some records, and then he'll keep it going, man. That's what needs to happen, right?
He's so passionate about that. Like, I don't see how he can just shut it down and walk away. Like, he loves that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody listening needs to go to NoSlip Records, BigCartel.com, and go buy 2 or 3 of your favorite vinyls.
Totally. And I don't know if he still has shirts up, but Robert Pilson always has the best art. So like shirts, album covers, posters.
I think he does. I have a shirt that I got from him a while back, man. It's good quality too. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Everybody out there listening, go right now to NoSlip Records, Big Cartel, and just buy everything.
For real, do it.
And then open your windows, point your speakers out, and crank it as loud as you can.
There you go. Don't stop until you see U-Haul trucks everywhere tomorrow, man.
Or flashing red and blue lights. One of the two.
So Joel, what do you do in the band, and how long have you been with the band?
I play drums in the band. My brother Jonathan, he plays guitar, and Ken plays the bass and does the vocals. We started the band, this incarnation of the band, back in 2006-7-ish time frame. We released the first CD in medias res in 2008. We were previously in a band back in 1992, 93, 94. That band was called Marauder, and the lead singer of that band was Glenn Riley Elliott, and he tragically passed away in 2004. And so we got together and we said, hey, we need to, as I say, get the band back together. And we decided to name the band after him, and so it's Elliott's Keep in his honor.
Oh.
And we've been cranking ever since then, and this is our 5th release since 2008.
Man, that is cool. I think I've heard of Marauder. I think you saying that reminds me of, I don't know.
What a really cool way to like have somebody live on.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was that?
Oh, I guess there's some kind of delay. I said, what a really cool way, for like someone to have a legacy and to have them live on.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, And you just played White Wolf, and there's a story there. So at the very end of the song, when we're bellowing out White Wolf, we had a live recording from 1995 that we had done in a local club, Dallas City Limits, and we were able to take the live recording and lift Glenn's vocal track off of there, and we layered that with Ken in the studio. And so when you're listening to that track, it's Ken and Glenn shouting that White Wolf line on the album. So it's great to have them memorialized there on vinyl forever.
Man, that is totally cool. And you know what? You saying that right now, I totally understand where you're coming from with that, because earlier in the show when I was doing my intro, everybody was laughing, or well, not everybody was laughing. Some people were like, "Come on, Zach," because several of the people that I have in my intro are now passed away. And I was telling everybody, I was like, to me, it's beautiful. I love hearing their voices, hearing them on there saying stupid shit or whatever, just because it keeps them alive in my mind, like it keeps them there, like I feel like they can hear it and they're there. And it's just a way to, like you said, memorialize them,
Exactly. Yeah, totally. We have a video online you can watch on YouTube called Remembrance, and it's got a lot of Glenn videos in that. And at the very end of the video, it fades to black, and then it comes back in, and Glenn's sitting there playing on an acoustic guitar, and he's just singing. And it's kind of haunting just hearing him playing this from a video that's 20 years old. So it's just great that that's out there, and we just keep remembering him, and it's great that other people can hear his talents that way. So,
hell yeah, dude, hell yeah,
that's awesome.
It's also really cool that you guys have a brother relationship in the band too.
Oh yeah.
It's great. He's on the guitar, I'm on the drums. We work really well together. We can just nod our head and know where the song needs to go, and then we can get in some great arguments and decide. We were working on the song Omnes Pretium for this album, and it took about 9 months to a year to write the song, because we were battling so hard on, no, this part needs to do this or this part needs to do that. And we've had some legendary throwdowns in the band, and it took Ken a while to adjust and figure out, like, no, we'll be fine, don't worry, we're brothers, we do this all the time. So.
I always think it's cool when I find bands that have that relationship in the band. Like I mean, come on, man. There's some legends out there that have that situation. You have Van Halen, Pantera, Obituary, Sepultura, fucking
Lamb of God.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Right. Yeah. What the hell? I often wonder what the hell is that like with the Lamb of God situation. Like, eventually they're probably going to get back together. I mean, they have to. I mean, they don't have to, but it's just.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on the Dream Theater reunion, so we'll see.
You never know, man.
I'm a big Chris Adler fan. I'm a huge Mike Portnoy fan, so maybe they can both get back with their bands and make good music. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, we have a question for you from someone in the chat room.
Yes.
Grace would like to know who your musical influences are.
So as a band, Solitude Aeternus,
yeah,
Slayer, Megadeth, we started in 92 listening to a ton of Pantera, Slayer, Megadeth. So those are early influences. And definitely Solitude Aeternus, and that influence from the Doom side. And each member of the band has their own individual influences that they bring to the band. So, Ken may listen to a different style of music. He likes, some gothic bands and things like that. And I listen to more progressive bands. We all listen to some thrash and power metal bands. So there's a good medium, but then each has their own individual influences that they bring in. So it all combines into the mix.
Well, that's awesome. We have another question Vicky would like to know if you've ever played any haunted venues.
I don't know if they're haunted before we played them. There are some that are haunted after we played them.
I mean, what'd you do? Were you opening up portals, Joel?
No, I leave the opening of portals to you two. I think you are the experts in the portal opening business.
Hey, Robert Wilson sponsored the portal opening.
He did.
Yes.
So you're sort of
he put his logo, the logo, right on the portal.
He did.
That's the American way.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
We've had a few incidents where clubs may have burned down or closed immediately after we played them. So
damn.
Yeah, we've left some ghosts behind. So
holy shit.
We didn't do it, but it's just unfortunate circumstance, and we joke about our wake of Elliott's Keep that we leave behind.
So what you did was you opened a portal and then you got the fuck out.
Yeah, actually, so the fire that was a Marauder portal. So it wasn't an Elliott's Keep portal; it was a Marauder portal. So I'm not. We have a couple other Elliott's Keep portals, but
you guys
not good.
Well, you guys are in the South too, though, like us. So, but it's Texas. So, like, I don't know, like, how different is it out there? I'm guessing, obviously, you saw what was going on with the whole satanic panic here in Tennessee. But, like, what's it like out there in Texas? I mean, obviously,
is it Bible Belt there too?
But in Dallas is such a big city, I don't think it's a big problem. I mean, Pantera came from here, and
right.
We went to Pantera shows all the time back in the 90s. There weren't protests out in front of the Pantera shows. The city is so big that not as many people are paying attention. I mean, if we went and did the same thing in Wichita Falls, Texas, or something, maybe they think we're opening a portal, but in Dallas, that's not as much of a problem. So
that's true.
There's a big music scene here, so I haven't seen any issues related to that.
Yeah, you Texas people, y'all really have the music thing going on there. I'm originally from Nashville, and there's a big outrage right now that Texas stole the Country Music Awards from us. How could you? I'm just kidding. You can have them.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a polite comment to come back to that, but I'm glad you answered that for me.
We don't want it anymore.
No. You know what? There's actually there's pretty big metal scenes here in Memphis and Nashville as well,
Knoxville.
And Knoxville too. Yeah, it's just and even here in this small town, Jackson and Lexington area, it was insane to see how many people actually came out and showed up to support all that. It was nuts, but the people here they're starving for it, because in these small rural areas, shit like that just never happens, man.
It was a really big deal last year that Snoop Dogg came and played Jackson. Like, the whole town was so excited. Oh my God, it's Snoop Dogg. And actually, the mayor of Jackson got mad at some of the citizens for not wearing their mask, and he actually threatened them, if you people don't act right, we're going to cancel Snoop Dogg. That's our music scene here in Jackson as far as big stuff. But there's a huge underground of people that really want this, and that's what we're really trying to do.
Yeah.
I saw the pictures and the videos online, so it looked like you guys had a great turnout.
Yeah. All the bands were happy. I mean, everybody was selling merch, and that's the most important thing. You want to be able to, that was one of the most, one of the things that I was worried about the most was, how many people are going to show up, number one, but number two, are people going to support it? Are they going to be happy that, especially that all those bands were underground, not mainstream bands? And it was totally, at one point I was sitting there talking to one guy, and I was like, yeah, like if this keeps on growing, maybe eventually we can bring, bigger bands or something, I don't know, like depends on what you guys want. And this guy was like, no, don't do that. He was like, keep it like this. Like, this is what makes it fucking awesome, is just the fact that these are, you don't find this kind of stuff anywhere else. Everywhere else, it's all the commercial mainstream stuff, and this is like totally underground. I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. I feel that.
Yeah, it's all about the music. It's not about business, promoting an image. It's just getting up there and rocking the stage. Yeah,
for sure, man. For sure. Speaking of that, what is it like there, or what's it like at a live show for you guys in your area? Are you guys playing live?
There's too many people at the country western shows. I mean, we've had some shows, and in the past we've played like the Dallas Doom Days Festival and stuff like that, and you get your hardcore fans coming out, but too many people would rather just go line dance or something, and
really?
And not come support American metal. So,
well, that's.
But we're putting the music out there. It's for the fans that'll buy it and listen to it. We're always tracking our stats on Spotify, see what other countries, and we'll play it, and we can see people in Brazil or Greece or Poland, listening to Elliott's Keep, and that's fucking awesome. So,
well, maybe
we play. What's that?
Maybe you guys just need to come to Tennessee, man.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. We just need to bring everything here, man.
Then we'll be closer to all that bourbon you got up there, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, I've about am I the only person whenever I drink whiskey that I get really like hot? And I don't mean like hot and like a risque way. I mean like hot, like sweating. It's 30 outside and I'm sitting over here roasting. So yeah, come up to Tennessee. You have experience opening portals. We have experience opening portals. We will open hella portals and drink Jack.
There you go.
All right. I'm a Blue Note fan myself.
Blue Note?
Yeah,
What is that?
It's Tennessee whiskey.
Damn, that makes us look bad.
Totally flew over my head, dude. Blue Note.
It's from Memphis, I think.
Okay.
Aw, see, we're drinking. We drink the Jack if we're gonna do the Tennessee whiskey, and we do the Jim Beam if we're gonna do Kentucky. But I'm gonna check that out now that you mentioned that next week or
all right,
our next show.
Speaking of Kentucky, that's funny that you just mentioned that. We just went to see Merciful Fate in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is just over the bridge from Kentucky, but we stayed in Kentucky. But when we were in Kentucky, everybody there was drinking Jack. We went to the bar, all they had was Jack.
Yeah,
there was no Jim Beam. I was like, what the fuck?
How are you going to be in Kentucky and be drinking Tennessee shit?
Yeah.
We're competitors.
So King records all of his albums down here in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he records. I think he works with Gary from Nomad Studio.
Don't tell me you've met him.
I have not met King, but Gary, the guy that owns the studio that we've done all 5 of our albums, he went and watched King play in Atlanta, I think 2 or 3 nights ago, and then he was like from site to site on the King tour bus, so he was having a good old time.
Oh man, that is so cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm jealous.
He's living the dream.
No shit.
Yeah, that was an awesome show. It really was. I never,
Was there a portal?
No.
You
Listen,
didn't find the portal?
We did.
So you guys opened a portal and King couldn't open a portal.
No, but like that next night, we went to Bobby Mackey's Music World, where there is a literal portal to hell, and it's like the most haunted nightclub in the country. So we went and visited their portal just to learn how to do portals right,
Yeah.
Or just to compare portals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a legitimately named Portal to Hell fucking bar, and that place was pretty creepy.
Yeah, we were taking notes.
But no, there was no. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what you think of a portal being. To me, I think when we had that festival, it did open up something, but it was not something negative or anything like that. It was
beautiful.
It was beautiful. It was just magical. It was like all these people coming together and happy and feeling good and supporting and checking out music and being open to something new. There was so many people that came out there that were kind of worried at first and not sure what to expect, and they just came there to see what it was all about. And afterwards they were telling us, that they were just so amazed. They were like, these are just regular people, this is so cool, how can anybody think this is evil? And I'm like, I know, exactly.
Yeah, bar chords are not inherently evil.
No. I mean, it's just people, man. It's just people fucking having a good time and giving it their all, man. Playing some music and
metalheads are the nicest people.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like, what's some of the craziest shit that you've ever seen in your career at a show? Are there any moments that stick out in your mind?
At our shows, it's not that crazy with the Doom crowd. I do remember going to a Pantera Ozzy Osbourne show where they set the grass on fire and created a circle pit around it. That was probably the craziest thing I've seen in the show. It wasn't at our show. There's no fire at our shows. We comply with all local ordinances and laws. We're fireman friendly.
Yeah. We had to be that way here at the festival as well. There was no fire allowed, so we had to keep it non-fire, except for the barbecue. Which we had. Texas Roadhouse was out here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they're actually from Texas, but they're called Texas Roadhouse. Are they from Texas? Is that really a thing, or is it just...
I assume they are. I see them all over the place. Could just be marketing. Who knows? Maybe they're from Connecticut. But
well, they were cool. They saw the Satanic Panic, and they were immediately like, we're on board. We're like, hell yeah, man.
Get an extra large chicken fry.
Fuck yeah.
Those satanic rolls. Them hellfire peanuts.
Green beans with bacon.
That's satanic as fuck.
Get anything with bacon.
Everything with bacon,
Everything.
man.
Rolls with bacon.
Dude, it's funny you saying that. Like, bacon is on everything nowadays. Like, you can even get ice cream with fucking bacon on it. Like, it's everywhere, man. Bacon. What's up with that?
I've had bourbon with bacon. That's not bad.
Bourbon with bacon in the bourbon.
They made like an old fashioned and stuck a big old chunk of bacon sticking out of it. It's pretty good.
Instead of a worm in the tequila.
Yeah, this is way better.
Hell yeah, dude.
I've got it. It's all part of the satanic agenda. Aren't, like, pigs... Like, aren't some religions you're not allowed to eat pork because of the hooves?
Well, I mean, some religions you're not allowed to eat meat at all. So,
but like, doesn't it have something to do with the hooves? Like, you're not supposed to eat any animals that have hooves like that. I'm pretty sure. When you look at it, I think pigs are satanic.
I think it goes more to clean versus unclean. I mean, we will admit that pigs are not the cleanliest of creatures, but we trust our Kroger and our Tom Thumb to clean all that up.
Yeah. For sure. But you know what? I'm just over here thinking about the fucking piece of bacon in the bourbon. Like, that's got me fucking transfixed, man. I mean...
Oh, shit.
All right.
I just looked it up. Hold on. Before we go any further, Deuteronomy 14:8. Animals like cows, sheep, and deer that have divided hooves and chew their cud may be consumed. But pigs should not be eaten because they don't chew their cud.
What? Well, I mean, you have to consider that, I mean, we're talking about, 4,000 years ago? I mean, they didn't have a lot of the sanitary guidelines that we have today, so they're trying to avoid sanitation problems that we have now overcome. So
it's all about the cud.
Yeah, do your cud, it'll all be fine.
What a weird word, cud.
These motherfuckers, man. Hating on the pigs, man.
I work in engineering, and I have a friend who's from India, and he's vegetarian, but he doesn't like salad, and so he's always saying salad is for like cows and goats to eat. And I'm like, you're a vegetarian. What else is there besides salad? So he doesn't like meat, but he doesn't like salad. So I guess,
so
who knows?
He just doesn't eat. Fasts.
So, yeah, we got to get back to the metal, man. We got to quit talking about
Well,
vegetarian and salad.
One last thing I will say about that, though, is you say the vegetarian thing. I'm not a vegetarian at all. I love eating meat. I love eating cheese. But we did have a vegetarian baker at the fest, and she sold out, man.
Yeah.
Vegan fucking cookies and fucking cakes and shit. And she sold out. And that tripped me out. I was like, man, like, not only did the barbecue place fucking kill it, but the fucking vegan killed it too. And that's when you know you found a I don't know what it is, like, but that's just a...
It was very cool to have a vegan person.
I think cool.
She was even making barbecue out of jackfruit, which
I was a little worried.
No, it's bad.
I don't know that I want a cookie that doesn't have at least a little butter in it, though.
I'm telling you, man.
I'm from the South, but
I'm telling
butter
you.
in my cookie.
I know, and I feel you, man. But like, I'm telling you, like, the shit that she makes, it actually, like, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. It's
all right. So getting back to the latest release, what's your favorite track off the new album?
My favorite track is definitely White Wolf, man. I love that.
So that's awesome. That's funny because we did that. We covered our own song, basically, right? That was a song that we did back in Marauder in 1994, and we had the idea to bring Glenn back into it, and so that's why we did that song. So some of the people that like the doomier side are like, where's this song coming from? But that's where it came from. It came from the earlier Marauder days, and we wanted to add it in there and get Glenn back on the album and make it sound awesome.
Hell yeah. Laughter of the Gods is badass too, and then the 2-part song that you have towards the end of the record is really cool too.
Omnis Pretium and Et Sanguinum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, we've really been enjoying it.
Yeah, man. And one thing I gotta say is, like, what the fuck is up with the fucking weight of these records that fucking Robert Pilson gets pressed, man? They're so heavy.
Yeah, they're like 2 pounds or something.
It's crazy, man. But they sound great. They sound fucking amazing.
They really do.
Really good quality.
So, I will tell you a true story. He sent me the test pressing, and I had a record player that I had back from high school, and then I'm like, I need to go. I went and bought a brand new record player. I'm like, I need to update. And I put the test pressing on there, and it was so heavy that whatever was pulling the cylinder around stopped.
Oh my god.
And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I took it off, and I got one of my other vinyls that I had, that was just a regular, a lightweight vinyl, put it on there and it played just fine. And then I got the test pressing and I put it on there and it couldn't spin the vinyl because it was so heavy. And I'm like, okay, take this record player back to the store because it can't handle this heavy metal, obviously.
That's heavy as fuck.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. So what's coming up next for you guys? What do you guys have planned next?
We're currently working on the video for White Wolf, which I think you'll be happy with. And then we've already started working on some new tunes for the next track. We get done with an album, we're immediately start kicking around ideas, recording new things, and always looking towards the next record.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well, I'm about out of questions for you. Is there anything else you want to add to let the people know?
No, I just want to say thanks to Metal Devastation PR, and thanks for getting the word out there and letting people know about Elliott's Keep, and appreciate you spreading the word and appreciate you having me on the air tonight.
Absolutely, man.
Thanks for being with us and hanging out.
Enjoyed it. Y'all have a good evening.
You do the same.
Hey, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Certainly.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Elliott's Keep, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
Hey, this is Joel from Elliott's Keep, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Let me do that one more time. Hey, this is Joel from Elliott's Keep, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio. Doom on.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Doom on.
There you go, man.
Hell yeah, dude.
Thank
you, man. We're going to Doom on right now. We're going to play Laughter of the Gods coming up next.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.
You
All right,
too.
brother. We'll talk to you later, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
There you have it, folks. Elliott's Keep live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows, put them in your front lawns, put them everywhere. Crank it the fuck up and make your neighbors fucking hate you.